Vs.Kim Herrmann. He's going to lead it off here in the left-hand lane. Hits 8 and a couple of wiggles. One of them went, the other one stood.
Solid 5. Looks like they've got a pact today. You know, we're all going to laugh and have fun.
Yeah.
They might be pooling all the money at the show.
Yeah, that must be the deal.
Kind of a team event here.
Kim Herrmann, of course, he's been on the show several times, a 5-time king. So he's no stranger to this situation. A spare in the first, and that's going to bring up Kerry Logan, who's coming off that 268.
Well, I hope it is a team event, George, because this is my state team. Kim Herrmann, Kerry Logan, Alan Runkle, Lenny Ramsey, and myself. We bowl a lot of team tournaments together, so I hope they are pooling the money and having to slide me a check here.
Whoa, you sliced that one right open.
Starts it
great
off.
Shot.
Starts off with a strike. So are you telling us those gentlemen have to carry you when you go out to these tournaments?
It's, well, sometimes I contribute.
Seems like I've seen those other guys on the show.
Well, you almost saw me this week.
Yeah, we can't pick on Dave too much because he did have a great score, 744, to just barely make it or miss it.
I wish I could barely
make it.
Yeah, I was consistent last week, 744, 738, and I'm still sitting behind the microphone, George. What the heck's that?
Those are good scores. I will not bust on you about your bowling the rest of the day.
Oh, please, I want to feel comfortable.
If you'll leave me alone about my golf, I'll leave you alone about thank you.
You got it. Kerry Logan going a little wide there, leaving the 3-pin, and both players a little slow off the blocks. Of course, after seeing 260 and 240, anything seems slow, huh?
That's right.
We talked about bowl down cancer all year long. Well, we finally have some winners, and none other than Riga Palfus and Rich Ryan. They had a scratch score of 729 to win the men's division, and we had Pam Wilson with a 693 handicap to win the women's. Congratulations to them.
Riga's making money everywhere this year. Kim Herrmann
comes in light again, just a little bit.
Good player, as we mentioned before. Kim's got a lot behind him too, and he's a little slow to get lined up today. However, in practice shots, he was absolutely destroying the pocket.
Holds the pin. So starts off with a couple of spares.
You know, the finals will be next week. I want everyone to somehow, you know, just work it out so that you are by your set next Sunday at noon, or at least have the VCR set up and ready to go. We will see Steve Bruck. He'll be our top qualifier. Mike Ackerman, Lenny Gray, and the gentleman that got beat in the first match, Alan Runkle, squeaked in for the 4th spot to try to defend his kingship for the 3rd year. We watch Kim Herrmann strike on the left-hand lane.
Sounds like he's got a pretty strong contingency here. Gives himself a pat on the back.
Herman's Herds, is that what they used to call themselves? And next week, Timmy Sharpwood is going to be our standby, and we'll talk a little bit more about those contestants, of course, next week. But stay tuned for that. It should be a great show.
Logan up in the 3rd. A solid 7.
Kerry did win a roll-off this morning against Bill Butchow with scores of 257 to 205. Billy Butchow.
257. Now, wait a minute. Let's see. 257 and 268. And what did his wife shoot?
787.
Let's see if we can kind of calculate what he thinks here this 3rd game, huh?
You better pick up the pace a little, I can tell you that.
Like the rest of them?
Right.
He had 9 strikes in the first game, so that wasn't a shabby pace there. But right now, after striking in the first, he's had to settle for a couple of spares.
Tied up at this moment, though, George. 39 for both players in the second frame. Kim Herrmann with the advantage of the strike up in the 3rd. not really lend itself to opening the shot up. And what I mean by that is Kim's a shot maker, and he normally keeps the ball within a very controlled area on the lane, unlike some of the well, the bigger hook players like Kerry Logan, for example, who will open the shot up and use more boards. Kim Herrmann depends on accuracy rather than the pin carry and the pinfall that you're going to see Kerry shoot.
Let me ask you something about Kim. A nickname for you, Weird Al. Does that ring a bell?
Where'd you get that? Well, there's been some talk that when my hair was longer and curlier, I did somewhat resemble Weird Al Yankovic, but I actually don't see any resemblance at all, including the bank account.
Oh, gets him the fall here in the fifth.
Not exactly the kind of shot you're going to write home about, but take a look at it. It's pin action personified. Now the head pin, again, working overtime. Center your screen. Going to go to the right-hand side of your screen. Watch it come off the wall here. Whirly bird into the 4, 5, and the 10. And with that, we're going to leave you, but we'll be back in just a few minutes, so stay with us.
Years in the award business makes Carl's Bowlers Paddock the award professional, providing engraved plaques and trophies for any purpose in any size. And of course, Carl carries a complete line of bowling supplies and accessories. Carl's Bowlers Paddock, 829-2250. Come see our new location on Dixie Highway in Fairfield.
High above the blue chip city, Seven Hills, lies one of the West's favorite entertainment centers, Western Bowl, where in January, the Honkey Classic began another year of competitive tournament bowling. Since 1975, over $1 million in prize money has been awarded each year to men and women bowlers. Additional early bird prizes are paid to winners during the first 6 weeks of the Honkey Classic, the world's largest handicap tournament. Share in the excitement. Western Bowl on Glenway Avenue, Western Hills.
Hi, I'm Dr. Pitcavage of Affordable Chiropractic. I believe that healthcare should be affordable. If you'll call Affordable Chiropractic now, with qualifying health insurance, there's no out-of-pocket expense to you. We call it no pay, no out-of-pocket expense. But you must call Affordable Chiropractic now. If you're suffering from severe back pain, migraine headaches, joint or neck pain, call now and see how Affordable Chiropractic is. You'll get a free exam and consultation. And with qualifying insurance, there's no out-of-pocket expense.
Don't wait. Call Affordable Chiropractic now.
Do this.
We're back with the conclusion of our second match. Kerry Logan and Kim Herrmann. Yes, a big crowd on hand
Packing
today.
them in today.
Logan in the fifth with the strike. And that gives him the lead in this match.
Yeah.
Very first double.
Pace has slowed considerably this game, but again, after 260, 240, anything would seem slow. But Kerry Logan with the double takes the lead. And take it by 10 pins with a strike on the left lane. Not quite good enough to get there, but he still takes the lead, in this case by 9.
Mike McDonald, who's usually with us, who of course is the proprietor over at Stones Lane. His mother's in the hospital, and we'd like to wish her get well soon.
Indeed we would.
Look at that pin. Ooh, good looking pin. Except when you leave it. Right?
Yeah, you'd rather see it in the pit. And now it's in there. Kerry Logan with the spare in the 6th. And they are battling for the right to meet the king, Ron Bonnert.
Excuse me.
You're excused.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Sure thing. Kim Herrmann down to 6.
Oh.
Oh, he actually, let's see if we can pick up his release on this one, if we might. He goes around the ball a little too quickly. Let's watch his hand position. Now watch it. Goes around the side of the ball, creates a spin. Now look at skate, 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 skate. Doesn't ever go into that clean, hard roll. Deflects strongly to the left, leads to 5-7, 5-10 temporarily, and makes a spare.
So Kim Herrmann still down by 9 pins as we head into the 7th frame. So still anybody's match, and nobody's certainly looking like they want to take control at this point.
Better shot. Much better shot.
Oh, bad break.
Going with the loft the way Kerry Logan was going with loft earlier, and it pays off with a great shot and a bad break. Gets the ball out on the lane, a little extra grimace there, put a little more behind the ball, and wow, what a shot. Look at that 4-pin around the belly. Not meant to be right now, but that was a super shot for Kim Herrmann.
Dave talked about the finals coming up next week. Some former final winners, Hank Head, Carl Compton, who's here with us from Carl's Bowlers Paddock today, and Dick Freeman, and many, many more.
Kim Herrmann knows it's still anybody's game, but Kerry Logan can do some damage here in the 7th and 8th if he gets them all. Didn't want to give up on that one, did he?
No, the messenger pin was coming across, but unfortunately the wrong angle for the 7, and he'll shoot another spare, and he's wondering, you know, what has changed between the first game and now. And you folks at home may be wondering also, what will happen?
As well as are we.
Well, no, I'm about to explain.
Okay, let's hear it.
Impatience here. What will happen sometime in a tournament condition, and even in some of your leagues, the oil that dresses the lanes will get picked up on the bowling ball and tracked further down the lane. And when that happens, you have to make a couple of little adjustments to try to get the corners out. If you're a right-hander, obviously the 10, and a left-hander would be the 7. And you either want to go with a ball that hooks a little sooner, or go with a different line where there's not as many tracks of oil going down.
Good point, Dave.
Thank you. Now we'll see if he can pick up on that. Huh?
Maybe you can run down there and fill him in, huh?
Yeah, Runkle's standing right here behind us. Runkle, what do you think? Is there going to carry down going down there now?
It seems to be happening. Kerry's got to make a little adjustment as well as Kim. Kim's not really getting anything drive into the pocket. Kerry just needs to give me a board or two. Move out a little bit my area. Mark Johnson,
Something like that, huh?
Yeah, just something real simple like that.
Here, have my headset, Alan. That was pretty good.
Well, thank you, Alan Runkle. A little insight there, and here's your $5 for backing up what I said. Runk, appreciate that.
Kerry comes up with the strike in the 8th.
And it was a good one.
Still has that 9-pin lead.
Kim Herrmann needs to get on track right here. We're running out of paper. He has 3 frames, and he'd like to fill them up with not that.
You would like to have them all, obviously. Settles for 9. And that gives Kerry Logan a little bit of a grip on this match. And the 10-pin lead with the strike up in the 8th.
As you said, George, it's still anybody's match, but advantage Logan right now. More comfortable with the lanes, and Kim Herrmann in the 9th is going to be forced to come up with a strike. And again, they're both having a great time. We can look at the score, and it kind of tells you exactly where we're at. 10 pins, Kerry Logan in the lead, and the big advantage in the 8th goes to Logan with the strike.
Kim Herrmann can take it out for a 217. Kerry Logan can end up with a 237 if he strikes out. There's Logan in the 9th. Gets them all. Boy, did he need that.
Kim Herrmann to apply any pressure at all on Kerry Logan needed that strike in the all-important ninth frame, and now Kerry Logan has control over his own destiny. Takes it to the wall. There's no Kim Herrmann elbowed that one. Whatever it takes.
Ooh, and a 5-pin for Kerry.
We're definitely getting some travel down with the oil now. Yeah, he's laughing too.
They're just about matching shot for shot, except every other frame.
We have a potential tie if Kerry Logan spares and strikes out in the 10th. Should Kim Herrmann strike out also, we would have a tie. Had a potential tie going in the first game too, if you recall. That number would have been considerably higher at 279 there for a while, but that's the situation, George. Striking out in the 10th, Kerry Logan cannot lose, but he also has the possibility of not winning.
Except to his wife. He can still lose that battle. Or probably has lost
That
it.
one's in the bag.
Yeah, her 787's looking better all the time. There's Logan in the 10th. Oh,
Solid 9-pin. Wow, what a great shot. Striking their last frame, leaving the solid 9. Take a look at what happens when you leave one of these. Watch the ball as it travels through the 1-2 pocket. It should take out the 1-2, 5, and deflect a little to get the 8, and the 5-pin should get the 9, but no, right in front of the 9-pin. Bad break for Kerry Logan in the 10th frame.
well, he holds the spare, but certainly the door is open for Kim Herrmann now.
Kim with his 7-pin count compared to Logan's 8-pin. By that I mean the last number on their score. He's just going to need the first one to count for the last 2 frames.
I'm glad you can figure all that out ahead of time.
He actually will need the first
Well,
2,
the first
Jen,
2, yeah.
because 9.
Otherwise you would tie.
That's right. 9 spare strike, or strike 9 and spare would be another potential
That
for
was
a
an
tie.
important ball for Kerry too.
Very, very important.
He finishes with a 206.
Situation is this: Kim Herrmann needs the first 2 to win, but he can still tie with the strike 9 and spare, but nothing goes any further for Kim Herrmann if he does not strike on this ball. This is a must strike.
Oh, threw a great shot.
For a lane that he's not been overly comfortable with in this match, you're right, Jen. He throws a great shot. Take a look at it right here. Gets the ball well out onto the lane. Good rotation, good strong roll, and the culprit, the 6-pin goes, or the 4-pin goes to the channel and does not come out. Kim Herrmann bowled a good game, but Kerry Logan is 2 for 2. He's going to go on to meet our champion. Match number 3, George.
Ron Bonnert.
Forgot to notice, did he buy any new shoes last week?
Yeah,
If he won, I really doubt it.
yeah, white
Or
chain.
since he won.
Kim Herrmann finishing up in a colorful sort of way here.
He's already at the door. He's
That's right.
See ya.
He's just leaving the balls on the rack and taking off. So our winner, Kerry Logan, with a...
Dear Jen, you're so neat. Oh. I don't usually pour my heart out like this. I'm mesmerized. You're a perfect charm. My passion for you will never be quenched. I will always thirst for your companionship. Oh, Jenny, you must feel so special. I feel like a Pepsi.
Where do you go for your bowling equipment? Head to Tri-State Bowling Supply, especially for bowling balls. Tri-State is the local headquarters for the full line of Columbia 300 bowling balls. If you need less weight, the light dot. Drier lanes, the white dot. The perfect all-round ball, the world-famous yellow dot. If you're ready for urethane, the Columbia U-Dot. Stop by to see the remarkable new Vector 1 and Vector 2 now available. Tri-State Bowling Supply. 27 years of sales and service. The Bowler's Pro Shop.
Hey, Mark, I see you got one of those rhinos. Next thing you know, he's going to tell us it's got horns.
Unleash your game. Roll a rhino. The Rhino. From Brunswick, a urethane ball designed for professional and high-performance bowling.
Boom, boom. Boom, boom. Demand. I can get comfortable like
And we are joining match number 3 in progress. Ron Bonnert opening with a strike. Kerry Logan spare and a strike up. Ron Bonnert, our king from last week. Kerry Logan working his way through the field.
Ron Bonnert welcomes Kerry Logan to the championship match with a couple of strikes right out of the chute. And unlike our past couple of matches that have seen a lot of smiling and joking around, it gets to be all business once you reach the point where that $1,000 check's on the line.
Well, not just the money too, George, but the camaraderie that exists between, you know, Kerry Logan, Kim Herrmann, Alan Runkle. When you bowl a lot of tournaments together, you develop a very deep friendship, and you travel out of town a lot. So that was part of the case there. And Kerry Logan and Ron Bonnert, to my knowledge, really don't bowl together outside of the Cincinnati area at all.
And Ron, being the aggressive bowler that he is, will probably bring out a little more competitiveness in Kerry.
We get in these two frames. Logan with a couple of strikes in the second and the third.
Take a look at it. This is where he wants to be on this lane. Made an adjustment, going with just a little bit more arc, letting the ball roll back. 1-2 pocket filled up, 10 in the pits. Every pin doing its job, George.
I think we may have heard that once or twice. Once a week. Once a week, okay. Kerry Logan with the double up. Bonnert working on a double of his own here in the third. Wow. Solid 7-10.
The only trouble with going with the bigger arc is the angle and the entry are altered. Watch the 2 pin go straight back. Ron, look at those eyes. Whoa. 4 pin around the belly through a great shot. Speed becomes very, very critical when you're playing the loop shot for your carry. Good spare shoot.
He holds the spare here in the third frame. And we have another fine match on our hands. Ron Bonnert